when you're on a motorcycle, you're always looking where you want to go. Not looking at the part of the corner or whatever that you're in, but you're looking through the corner, you're looking way ahead, you're looking for hazards, you're trying to predict things. So literally and metaphorically, you're looking at where you want to go. And I think that that's a really important point in life. You've got to be looking to the future all the time.
Hey adventurer, I'm Bridget Hallam from Throw Your Leg Over, and I am really excited today to be chatting with Kat Corbett. Now, Kat is the owner of Go Cat Go Motorcycle Training, which is the best name ever. And she is also a motorcycle instructor. So, hey, Kat.
Hey, how you going, Bridget?
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for joining me today. Now, I know that you have been a motorcycle instructor for over 9 years now, and I do know that you train new riders, you train riders that are preparing for their P plate tests in New South Wales there, and you also train returning riders. And I know that you love training women who ride. So my first question for you is, what sparked the idea for Go Cat Go?
Okay, so like you said, I've been a licensed instructor for over 9 years now. For about 8 of those years, I worked with a rider training organisation that actually worked with the government to give people their licenses. So it was called pre-learner training and pre-provisional training. So I would give them their training, and then at the end, I would give them a bit of paper to say you can ride on the road. Now, for the last year or so, I've actually stepped away from that a little bit because I found that there was a huge gap between actually getting that bit of paper and learning how to ride a motorcycle and actually getting on the road, because that training doesn't actually take you on the road. So you ride around on this training range and we teach you how to ride the bike, but we never actually get you on the road, which kind of is a bit counterintuitive, I guess. So there was a big gap with getting that bit of paper and actually riding on the road. So the beauty of my training is that I can speak the speak that the government has taught me to speak. Then mostly women then contact me and say, oh my God, I can't get my bike out of the driveway. And I go, that's okay, I'll come and help you. So that's where the difference is. And I think that that gap exists. And I meet a lot of women who've done their license, and then it might be a couple of months before they get their bike, before they get all their gear. And that training can sometimes be a little bit of a distant memory. So getting out of their driveway is quite a daunting thing, and getting on the road with all of the hazards that you've got. And the main thing that you're trying to do is ride the bike.
Yeah, I imagine that must be quite daunting. Just you've apparently got the skills in a very contained environment, but not out in the wild world. And and then you go home and you go, okay, what now? Like, and especially like you say, if it was like, a few months ago that you actually did the training. And so I want to know, Kat, like, why was it important for you to do this? Like, I can totally see the gap there, but what was it that just fired you up that you thought, no, I'm going to do this?
Because I found that women were saying to me, I really want to feel confident. I don't just want to get out there and just, twist the throttle and hope for the best. Um, and my training centers very much on safety, and getting on a motorbike and being safe are very important when you're out on the road, because there are a lot of hazards out there. So yeah, getting women out of their driveway is a really important thing. And I find that especially women, and I don't want to exclude men totally, but especially women are the main ones that will put their hand up and go, oh, I need help. Can you please show me again all of the things that I learnt. And because I've done that pre-training with the government, I can speak the speak that is going to be familiar to them, and it'll all come flooding back. They go, oh yeah, that's right. I remember that bit in my training. So it's actually a really good thing. And we're talking New South Wales and the ACT here, because I do know that other states, tend to do it a little bit differently. But here there is no one-on-one. You get your bike, you get on the road, and then there's a a licensed rider with you, which I think happens in Queensland.
Yeah, I did my training in Queensland, and you're exactly right. When you get your L's, you do have to be accompanied by a fully licensed rider.
Yeah, it's like in your car, right? When you get your car, you've got your learner license, but you've got mum or dad sitting next to you while you're doing that training. But the bike, no, there's a huge, like, it's so disproportionate. It's amazing, and they do talk about all of the motorcycle accidents that happen on the road, but I'm not sure why they don't have that in place. So that's where I come in.
I love it. You mentioned that women are more likely to put their hand up and ask for help. Have you noticed any other differences or what's different for women when they're learning new skills with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Women, I really love to train women because I find that women listen and then they put into place what you've just told them. And it's really a beautiful thing because I go, oh my God, somebody actually listened to what I was saying. In the learner training, people are listening and doing, but they're a little bit less likely to put their hand up and go, oh, could you just explain that again? Whereas a one-on-one basis, I'm finding that women will say, oh, actually, can you just explain that again? Or can you just show me again? And they actually grab that concept quite well.
And so, Kat, for you, for yourself personally, like how did you start riding and how did you become so involved with motorcycles? Like it really is a central part of your life now. How did that come about?
Yep. So, look, when I was about 18, I lived out of home. I kind of ran away from home as you did when you were 18. It's not like 38 now when people are still at home. But I first got on a motorbike. My boyfriend brought a bike home and he said, oh, you should have a go. It's easy. This is how you do it. And I kind of worked it out as I went along. And lucky for me, I was in a quiet country area, so I could, kind of do that without a lot of hazards and other cars and stuff. So what I found when I started on the motorbike was this sense of freedom. It was this, oh my God, I've got this and I'm on the road and I'm having so much fun. And it was just pure freedom. I really loved that part of it. And I found really what writing gives me is focus. My mind is super busy, and I think that a lot of us are super busy, and I think we're learning to scroll and be less attentive, because we're watching things for seconds at a time. I put that motorcycle helmet on and I can focus. And it's like meditation for me. Apart from the independence and the adventure and all of that stuff it gives you, nobody can talk to me. Nobody can ask me to pick them up. Nobody can ask me what's for dinner. It's just me on the bike, myself in my helmet. And of course, your mind wanders, but I find that I focus a lot on what I'm actually doing. And a lot of the time, thoughts don't come into my head because I'm I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. And that's what meditation's all about, right? It's not sitting in a quiet room saying Om, which of course it is, but this is just an extension of that. So, yeah, you really experience the world differently. It's a lot different than being in a car, for sure.
Yes, it sure is. And what over the years, what have you learned about yourself or life as a result of riding and your adventures and all your experiences with motorcycles?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Um, I think my my thought on that is when you're on a motorcycle, you're always looking where you want to go. So not looking at the part of the corner or whatever that you're in, but you're looking through the corner, you're looking way ahead, you're looking for hazards, you're trying to predict things. So literally and metaphorically, you're looking at where you want to go. And I think that that's a really important point in life. You've got to be looking to the future all the time. So yeah, you know, I've learned to stay calm, especially when things don't go to plan. So I ride along and I think about different scenarios. Is that car going to pull out in front of me? If that car stops in front of me, what am I going to do? So I kind of role play these things and I get myself mentally prepared as much as I can for things not to go, exactly to plan. And of course, this grows confidence, and confidence grows through experience, not necessarily through doing things perfectly. You learn because something might have gone wrong in that instance, and hopefully it's not too bad, but you can learn from it. And I think being on a motorcycle, you can point the finger at other people and go, "Oh, you idiot! Oh, you shouldn't have pulled out of me." And but I'm the first one to put my hand up and say, "I've actually made a mistake in my car." So people make mistakes, and we just need to learn through them. And I think we need to ask ourselves a question: what could I have done differently in that situation? If I'd have moved my bike over to the side, if I'd have maybe prepared my brake and not gone to a panic brake, it's all of that experience that comes through getting your bum on the bike and riding, And that's the other thing too. I say to my students, you've just got to maybe set a time every week, like every Saturday. I'm going to ride to this spot and I'm going to ride back, even if it's a short ride. It's just getting your bum on the bike and riding so that you can be better prepared for different things because something different will happen every time you go out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a catch-22 that the thing that you're not confident at, you've got to do it to become confident at it. You don't get the confidence first. It comes later.
Yeah, yeah, and you're right. Confidence is a step by step process. And it's really amazing to watch my students grow in this way. I have returning students. Like I took a girl out on Sunday morning, and we were doing a cornering lesson, and she first came to me, and basically, or literally, she couldn't get out of the driveway. So now we're going around corners and we're talking about different things, and I I was really stoked. I went, "Oh my God, you have done amazing. Like this is so beautiful to watch you grow and learn in this way." And she said to me, she's actually doing psychology at university, and she said, I actually feel like I'm missing something in my day if I don't get on my bike. So she tries to ride every day.
Oh, that is a beautiful addiction to have.
It's totally a beautiful addiction to have. And I mean, she's obviously at uni and she's got a bit of spare time. But yeah, look, my advice is just get on the bike as many times as you can and don't leave it because 1 week will turn into 2 weeks, will turn into three, and before you know it, it's been a couple of months, and you go, "Oh my God, I haven't got on my bike." Put it in the calendar, put it in the diary. Even if it's just I'm just going around the block. Just get on your bike and ride.
I love that. I know that, like, I am not an experienced solo rider. I'm very experienced as a pillion, but I would not say I'm experienced as a solo rider yet. But I know every single time I go out for a ride, I come back with my confidence gone up a step.
Yes,
You just got to do step by step by step by step.
that's it. The other thing I do with my students, I always give them a tip sheet at the end of the lesson. So I go home, I go over all the things that we've just done in the lesson. I give them a tip sheet. Now there might be six, seven, eight, 10 things on that tip sheet, but I say to them, don't do all of them at once. Just work on one thing at a time. Grab that one thing. Are you good at slow writing? No? Okay, so go and practice your slow writing. Are you good at turning your head through a corner? Okay, next time, really concentrate on that. So don't try and pile everything on at the one time. Grab a section and do a little bit at a time so you don't get overwhelmed. Yeah.
Now, Kat, you've been writing for quite a while. You've been instructing for over 9 years. So I wonder if you have noticed any difference in our whole community and industry when it comes to women writing.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I first started instructing, there was definitely more, it's a male-dominated sport, right? But I would say doing my licensing courses when I worked for that RTO, probably they started creeping in at probably about 1 in 5 riders in any one pre-learner course was actually women. So when I started writing like 25 years ago, there obviously was less women, but now when you pull up to a cafe or, service station, you look across and you go, oh, there's another lady rider. And it's beautiful because there's a lot of acknowledgement with motorcycle riders, but especially women with other women. And can I say, I have met the most incredible women, and if it wasn't for that motorcycle, I would never have met them. Like I was on a punt going across Wiseman's Ferry in New South Wales, and there was a woman there, and I was like, "Oh my God, where are you riding to today?" She's, "Oh, just riding by myself." So she joined our group, and it's so beautiful to see that there are so many more women that are joining the sport. And similarly, clothing is becoming a little bit more women friendly, shall I say, because I think, men design the clothing and then they go, oh, women like pink. So then they'll flash pink on everything. And I'm not saying pink's a bad thing, but there are other colours to consider. But I'm a small woman, and I've found that finding gear that fits me is a little bit more accessible these days, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I love that. And a big shout out to our retailers out there that are supporting women with amazing gear.
Yeah. And look, can I say just on that clothing point, people get their motorbike. The only legal requirement is they've got a helmet, so they buy a helmet, and then they go, "Oh, I'll get the other stuff when I get a bit more money." Can I say, just lash out and get the proper gear, get your proper boots, at least get some Kevlar jeans, a leather jacket, or at least something that's got some armor in it, elbow armor, shoulder armor. Don't forget, a lot of jackets don't get sold with back armor. But I'm sorry, I'd like to protect my spine much before my elbow. you know so yeah, make sure that you do your research when it comes to clothing, because it's super important, and what's the saying? Dress for the slide, not the ride.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I'm a big believer in ATGAT, all the gear, all the time. Even if it's just riding up the road to get some milk, it's ATGAT every time, every time.
Oh, totally. All the gear all the time. I remember riding one day, and yeah, I went down to the service station to get some fuel and to check my tire pressures because I was going for a ride the next day. And I thought, I'll just put my t-shirt on. This is before I was an instructor, of course. Um, and on the way back, and it was only a kilometre, on the way back, a car just pulled out from a parking spot. Now, I wasn't in danger, but it just reinstilled to me that people, especially around where their homes are, they become complacent because they've been on those roads a million times and they can do things without looking properly. So yeah, all the gear all the time, and even if you're going for a short ride, just pop it on because you just never know.
Yeah. And if your budget's not huge, just buy the best that you can get within your budget.
Totally. And there's lots of stuff on Marketplace and eBay. I've bought plenty of stuff that is, a lot less expensive, doing it from those channels as well.
Love that. And Kat, as we wrap up this episode, do you have one tip that you would like to share with our wonderful listener?
Yes. And this is not only for beginners, but it's for people that have been riding a long time. Training isn't just for beginners. Even experienced riders can benefit through better techniques and safer habits. And I always say this, Valentino Rossi, and if you don't know who Valentino Rossi is, Google that one right now. He didn't get to where he was, in motorcycle racing without being trained. So, I'm a big believer for people to get training, And just on that, everybody starts as a beginner. So be kind. Be kind to people on the road. If there's an L plate, I don't care whether it's a car or a bike, be kind to them because we were there once ourselves.
100% agree. Thank you, Kat. It has been so much fun chatting with you.
Yeah, thanks, Bridget.
And I want to thank you also for everything that you do because I agree the training is so, so important. And I love seeing women out there instructing. I just think it gives a whole different experience for women who are learning.
Yes.
And so I really, really love what you do. And if our wonderful listener would like to find out more about you and maybe follow you on the socials, how can she find you?
Yes, so I have a website which explains everything that I do. You can find me at gocatgomotorcycletraining.au, and it's cat with a K. So gocatgomotorcycletraining.au. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook, and I have actually started to do some learner-friendly YouTube videos. Check me out on YouTube as well.
And that's Go Cat Go, is it as well?
Yep. It's all Go Cat Go motorcycle training. And if you are nervous about starting your motorcycle journey, you're exactly the person I want to work with. I love working with those types of people that, are nervous about it. So, yeah, confidence is a skill that you actually can learn.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you so much, Bridget. It was fun.